eating cake, realizing I didn't know anybody there. I was like, wait a minute, this isn't where I should be. And I was like, bye. It was fun.
Did you have good cake though? Was it good cake?
It was excellent cake. I mean, it was a great party that I shouldn't have been at.
They probably didn't notice. So many people invite so many people to those things.
No, someone definitely noticed. A guy named Josh I went to high school with. He's like, Justin, how do you know the birthday person? I was like, oh, I don't. Sorry. I realized I shouldn't be here. See you, Josh.
Yeah, the worst I've ever done is accidentally walked into the wrong side of the funeral home and stayed a little bit longer than I probably should have because I'm not a guy who walks up to the caskets. So I didn't know that it was the wrong person up front yet. And I don't always know people at funerals, especially if it's for like a family friend or something. Like I don't know everybody they know. So I'm just sitting there for like 5 minutes until I realized that somebody I know was going in the other side of the building. So I left and walked over. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Three Geeks podcast. Let us know what kind of parties you're crashing down below, and we will be happy.
You like to crash funerals, Jason?
I did once.
That's the second to wedding crashes, right? That was the end of that movie.
Yeah. No, did you meet Will Ferrell and pick up chicks?
No, he's flashing back to the Clerks.
What's up?
Not much, man. Everybody watching, please hit that like button, subscribe, all of the fun stuff, review, rate, comment. Check out Max is doing wonders over at VGMX, the Nerd Emporium web YouTube page. You could definitely go over there and check it out. It's fun to see all the work Max can put into your YouTube channel.
It's interesting when I get paid to do a thing that I almost absolutely refuse to do under all other circumstances. If you want to see the learning curve like happen in real time, like go ahead and check out the YouTube videos at BGMX, the Nerd Emporium.
That's funny.
That's fair, man. We've put all of our learning curves of Three Geeks out there.
Oh yeah, I mean it's amazing, and then I'm figuring stuff out and. You can tell, like the quality is going up. I learned how to do voiceovers, and
nice.
it's interesting. I hate it, but it's also interesting.
Nah, dude, you're good at it.
Nah.
I'm really enjoying the content. Like at first, when you started, the cards were a little blurry, but I sent you a compliment the other day saying that the cards look beautiful under the camera.
Yeah, no. Once you get that focus right, like once you learn how to actually focus on something, it's good. It turns out like when you're using a high def camera and then you actually focus on the thing that you're looking at, it works out.
It usually works out, yeah.
Hi, George. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, George.
Hey, George.
We have a lot to talk about. We got a couple of sad things to talk about: Wakanda Forever and the passing of Kevin Conroy, and we decided to add some food element to the end of this because you saw us come out of our shell the last time we talked about food. So I was like, what better thing to discuss after we talk about these sad things than the thing that we love so much, which is food.
Solid.
Yeah, absolutely. I love food. Max, are you in any pain after yesterday?
Dude, I'm fucked up.
My knees hurt so bad. We were dancing. I was getting low to the ground. And
There's a video that may or may not surface of Jason dancing. It's aggressive.
Is it on the Emporium? Will it be on the Emporium?
I'm not sure where. It'll probably be a Three Geeks. Maybe if we get to like 1,000 subscribers, I'll post this video or something.
Definitely
what an incentive.
I was channeling Teenage Jason yesterday. Like I was dancing the way Teenage Jason would have danced. And
Teenage Jason is angry.
And I'm in a 40-year-old body, so when I was getting low to the ground, I could feel my knees just
feel my joints creaking.
Everything about myself.
And like the floor was solid concrete, and oh my god, like my heels, my knees, my ankles, my hips are all fucked.
Was it from the windows to the wall?
Oh, we went.
Oh, well, you ruined it. That was 1,000.
Yeah, there goes your subscribers. They don't know.
You're not supposed to
we'll edit that out.
That's not even me like getting down to the ground, so that's not a spoiler.
You were very aggressive with the hand movements, though. That was a very
Something about YMCA, man.
Like haymakers.
I was about to rip my shirt open, and then I realized.
In front of me.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I was about to tear my shirt open, and I realized now this is a teenager's birthday party. Because back in the day, me and the guys used to strip to YMCA.
Pardon me?
And so whenever I hear it, it's like, clothes off! Woohoo! But I did not do that.
I did not realize Jason had a Magic Mike phase of his life.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it was something I had hoped we'd put in the past, but apparently
we have to let that die. New things must blossom.
I could tell the story now. We're so far removed from it. But me and the guys, Fuzzy and Mike and Tam and Amit, we went to the store and we got shiny boxers. And it was great. But Tam got a shiny
Not
thong.
me, by the way.
There's a different mic. I was like, we probably should be very specific because we have a mic on the...
We got, Tam got a shiny thong. So they're checking out, typing it up. And, you know, my homophobic 90s self who didn't really didn't come out. I wasn't to say I was homophobic, but I was scared at the thoughts or whatever. So we're checking out, and Fuzzy's like, Jason, don't forget the Vaseline tonight. We're checking out what this. It was great. Good times. I love Ryan.
Yeah.
What a story you didn't have to tell.
Yeah. And then we're supposed to talk about the passing of Kevin Conroy after this.
Just like segue right into that.
Good God.
What a boy wonder. There you go.
Penny for your thoughts, Mike.
The cringe.
Yeah, he's like looking up as like he had something he wanted to say or comment.
Oh, he has plenty to say. I'm very confident.
No comment at this time.
Homophobic was the wrong word to explain myself.
Oh, now you're backpedaling? Now we're backpedaling?
So we can't see apology
yeah, no, we're just gonna cancel Jason from the Geeks podcast. Yep. The Three Geeks podcast is what do you normally say for me when I say something?
Oh man.
The thoughts and ideas of Jason in no way reflect the Three Geeks podcast.
Hey, I don't always use words well, okay? I'm just gonna say
what a statement.
Max, did you check this out at all? The Death Note Simpsons?
No, I meant to watch it and we ended up not. We watched some episode of The Simpsons, but it was not that one, and I was very sad. But no, I've not watched it yet. I really, really want to. I'm also not currently finishing my top 5 movie snack foods.
Listen, notebook and pen guy can be prepared during the call.
Notebook and pen guy. I'm preparing for the next podcast.
Not even 7 minutes in, the show has jumped the rails.
That's our own account saying that.
I know. But they're not wrong. They're not wrong.
It's George. And George, I just want to say that that's good for us. Like 7 minutes, that's a long time.
Yeah, that might be a record.
That's go off the rails. But no, something super sad happened this week, and kind of out of the blue, because we were really, all of us were excited to meet this guy next month at GalaxyCon, and Kevin Conroy passed away. I was telling Max yesterday, I was like, I'm so hesitant to put this in that group chat because I didn't want to bum everybody out at freaking 11 o'clock in the morning. But, you know, I shared it because I know this podcast wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Kevin Conroy and Batman the Animated Series for so many of us. And it is sad. It's very, very sad. A young guy. I mean, 66 is super young, too young to go. And he left behind a legacy. Now, we say that about a lot of people, but Kevin Conroy, he is Batman to so many people. He's one of the few people who was able to do Bruce Wayne and Batman different to the point where, you know, they were kind of two separate characters, but not really. And it's sad. Justin, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I watched a bit of Batman growing up, but nowhere near like a Max or anybody probably else on the call. But I mean, he's iconic, right?
No one else on the planet has watched it as much.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, he's just an iconic dude, right? I mean, like he's synonymous with Batman, and that's a tough character to be synonymous with. And his voice is like the quintessential, like, hey, did you get Kevin Conroy to do the Batman voice? Because if not, you should, right?
Yep.
We met Kevin Conroy, correct? We met him a few years back.
It was the was it Philadelphia we went to? We had the little night terrors guy there.
Oh, that was Chicago.
Chicago. We went to Chicago.
Night terrors guy.
Oh,
It's
that experience was awful. Max and I got in an argument in the parking garage. Like, we were all just on like no sleep. No sleep at all. It was one of the worst. Oh, it was a long weekend.
Yeah, but the highlight of that was meeting Kevin Conroy for me, and Mike and I already discussed it on To the Chat Cave on Mike McGTV, so you guys can go check that out. But yeah, it sucks, and I'm gonna miss him. It's like Justin said. If you can't get Kevin Conroy, then you're already starting off on the wrong foot. And now we definitely can't get Kevin Conroy. So, yeah, I'm just go check out the video on McGTV. To get our full thoughts on it. But yeah, he's gonna be Xbox achievement for this guy, and he's gonna be just dearly, sorely missed.
And he was voicing Batman as recent as this year, because he was in the multiverse video game as Batman's voice.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, he actually got to play a Batman like live action too, which I was very happy for him. Yeah, man, it's just super sad. Like this, normally when celebrities die, I'm like, hey, like everyone dies. Like it's gonna happen to all of us, but no, this one hit me pretty hard.
Well, that, and I think to Jason's point, or whoever said it, right? 66 in this time and this age is still pretty young, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like 66 is too young. I mean,
It's cancer.
Yeah.
Cancer fucking sucks. So.
It does. It does.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm dried out. I got nothing else to say. Like Max said, it's on the video. I've just spent my whole weekend just watching old episodes of DC animated stuff, and what it's not only just having like emotional responses to Kevin's performance, but it was well worth it to go back just because I appreciate like the high quality that series of shows offered for what they were. And yep, I'm very, very sad that I'm not going to have my gray ghost moment with Kevin Conroy, where I can tell him how much his work meant to me throughout my young life going into adulthood. So, yeah, Max and I have some more thought out thoughts in the Chat Cave episode. We get a little choked up.
I was rolling tears.
That's the first time I think I ever heard you cry or seen you cry, and it was affecting me a lot. So
it was full tears. It all happened. Go check out the video. We on the Chat Cave, like we haven't been able to get together a lot recently to do Chat Caves, and
mainly for people passing away.
Yeah, it's kind of just been the eulogy show, and but normally I can get through it, and it's like, yeah, the guy contributed a lot to Batman, and he's gone now, so that sucks. But this one, just I've never wanted to do this one. That's all I got to say about that.
I will say, if you guys want to hear two guys who I don't know anybody, maybe Scott, who loves the Batman animated series more than Max and Mike, go to youtube.com.
Not more than.
I'm going to
say that right now.
youtube.com/Mike McGTV, where you can get more of their thoughts. Celebrity deaths can really affect us, and whenever I've only seen Max cry maybe a small amount of times, and whenever he does, it also makes me cry because he cries so rarely, and it's usually for something so important. So really go and listen to the passion behind these two guys and how much they love that show and that man.
And I know I mentioned this in our chats privately and so forth, but I don't mind sharing it here. But like one thing that I think about this particular loss that really hammers it home for me, certainly there's that aspect of like, oh yeah, it's a really well-liked, deserving kind of actor and performer who really made his mark on a franchise. But also it's the fact that like it was a more significant influence in my life from an early age than probably any other celebrity, any other actor, or any other performer, that it's making me take a good long look in the mirror about like, oh my God, I'm going to die someday. So
hey, man, That's fair.
It's a lot of my anxieties about mortality that are playing into this particular loss that is further like making it a little bit difficult to wrestle with. It's a lot of that, but yeah, absolutely. I think we all have those moments outside of our immediate family members and friends where we kind of take a look at a person's life and say like, wow, this played such a huge role in shaping who I am. And now that's not going to be there so much anymore. Am I really in my 40s? Oh my God.
Like, it's like, yeah, like if I got 26 years left. If I only live to 66, I got 26 years left, right? Like that's that's not a long time.
I thought you were talking about yourself, Max. I'm
I'm fine.
Expiration date on yourself.
As far as I know, I'm saying, but if I only live to 66, then like that's not that long. And yeah, it's oh God, it's terrible and it's super sad. But if you want the real eulogy, go check out the video. Like that's we put it all down there, and then like I had my cry, and even afterwards, I had to go be alone for a minute and just kind of like work my feelings out. But I did the Kevin Bacon dance boxing through a warehouse. But it's fine.
That was me, except with Arkham City. Kevin Bacon throughout Amusement Mile is what I did.
All right.
Speaking of, go ahead and plug it because Kevin Conroy was involved. The Arkham trilogy is only $8 right now on the Xbox for all 3 games as of like a couple days ago. So hopefully it's still there. But and also, Mike, I'm getting a PlayStation 5, so we can game here together soon. I'm very excited about it.
Oh, cool! You sold your kidney.
You only need one. You only need one.
But again, Mike is good at very many things, but one of the things he's really good at is honoring somebody's life and legacy through
tribute. I thought you were about to be like, Mike is good at many things, but he really sucks at this.
We'll let someone else handle this.
We got one more sad / awesome thing to talk about, and that is Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2. I am just going to spoil my thoughts right now and say that this movie was incredible. I cried. I enjoyed it. The fact that this was a rewrite, like they had to do a last minute rewrite on this movie, it's incredible. Like I loved this movie. It is not only the best Phase 4 movie, it is in the top 5 Marvel movies of all time easily. It is so solid. If Angela Bassett does not get nominated for an Academy Award, I will be shocked. She was incredible.
Yes, powerful in this one. And the first Black Panther movie, like you don't think about it, but there are a lot of strong women in that in Black in Wakanda in the Marvel universe. But this movie they carry, and Angela Bassett is a force. And I mean, like that scene where they're at the UN or whatever, is
partially in the trailer, right? That looks strong in the trailer by itself.
I stopped watching the trailers, so I'm not sure what. But that scene, and I'm so glad I didn't even know anything. I had no precursor to. It was just like it was so powerful, and I was like, that is what's up. And then even like as a Black man in America, Killmonger is probably one of my favorite characters in all of Marvel. I love Michael B. Jordan's performance. I love his attitude. I love his mindset because that is my like. I feel a lot of ways about these colonizers, and it's really good to have that voice in a movie. I feel like, and I really loved Suri's transition through. He's like, okay, I get to be this happy-go-lucky person, because I have all these strong, like she's got her mother, she's got T'Challa, she's got everyone to kind of carry all the serious stuff for her, but then when the load gets put on her, how does she react? And like her first, it is so great to see her journey through this grief and this remorse and all the things and the anger that comes from this loss. And I love this movie. I'm gonna go see it again. I'm probably gonna go see it like 3 times. It is so good. It is. I mean, just everyone brings their like A+ game, bonus points, extra credit. Like it is. Yeah, one of the best Marvel movies they've ever made. I feel like they handled his passing with grace and respect that I did not think they'd be able to hit. It's like really good job, everyone who had a part in that movie, everyone who had any little bit of it, they all did awesome. I really, really, really liked the movie. It was way better than I expected it to be, and like even from the first minute when they're doing the Marvel. You see all the old movies, like, and they're paying their respects to Chadwick Boseman. You're already in your feels, and then
it's a moment of silence as that is playing with all pictures of Chadwick.
Yeah,
and you're like, okay, I know what this movie is going to give me, and this movie proves that Ryan Coogler is a director force because this man, in my opinion, has a perfect record: Fruitvale Station, Creed, Black Panther, and Black Panther 2. Like, this guy knows how to craft a story and a movie. And even when they brought in elements of Marvel, like Riri Williams as Ironheart, I really liked her and her introduction. It all made sense that Shuri would kind of be her Tony Stark in this universe as opposed to it being Stark. You could tell that she does have influence. I'm sure Stark will play a part in her, future. But it is just everything about this movie was so good. Even the end credits, the mid-credit scene, could have easily been an eye roll, but they did such a good job with it that it felt organic to the story and everything they were trying to do. I was super impressed with this movie. And, Ryan Coogler is doing one of the next Avengers films. I was worried about the future of Avengers films because the Russos had left. Like, in my opinion, the Russos made the 2 best Avengers films. The Joss Whedon ones are okay. They don't hold up as well as those. But now that I know this guy is going to be carrying on that Avengers banner, I'm excited to see what's coming next. Because I think with the fact that they had to throw away the original script and start from scratch, and this is the product they gave us, kudos. Like, bravo. I'm impressed. Like, so impressed with this movie. I don't know what I expected. Like, I really liked Shang-Chi, and I really liked Spider-Man. Those I thought felt were strong. But this movie is just on another level of excitement. Like, this is an Oscar contender as far as some of the acting performances go.
I mean, like, how many Marvel movies have we had to date?
A lot.
This is a good part 28.
Are we at 30? I mean, but I'm just saying, like,
we're coming up on it.
Yeah, and so with that you have there's bad, and then there's like where a lot of the movies live in that middle tier of serviceable to good, Marvel movies, and, where I put Shang-Chi at the top. But like this movie is in that next level.
There's 37 titles between TV and movie.
Yeah, like there's some this. It's there's probably like 6 movies at the top that just stand out and above, and this is definitely one of them. Did Mike or Justin? Did you guys get to see it yet?
I haven't. I was planning on going today. I'm excited to watch it after the glowing reviews you guys have given it, but I've not seen it yet.
I was going to go yesterday, but I just got caught up in a DC animated. So
understandable.
Everything else went to the side.
Yeah.
Another thing about this movie, and it's not a spoiler, it was in the first 2 trailers, so I'm not going to count it as a spoiler, but they outdo Aquaman. Like, they out Aquaman DC. Fan freaking tastic.
Good. I was excited to see him. I knew that he was like a side category to what I was going to go see it for. Like, how do they handle Chadwick Boseman was my main primary wanting to go see it, but like Namor was up there in terms of like that could be really cool.
I'm going to give a spoiler alert. This is going to help sell the movie for Mike. I was waiting for the CGI Chadwick Boseman. There's a few moments in this movie where it could have happened, and you expected it to happen, and we never got it. There was no CG'd Chadwick Boseman. They used different characters in those moments, and I thought so good, like such a good movie.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about with the grace and respect that they handled the movie, because they could have easily just CG they done a Tarkin or a Princess Leia or whatever, like they have the technology, but it's it was handled better than that. They didn't go for that low hanging fruit, and it was very much better than that, and I appreciate the hell out of it.
That definitely makes it more of a curiosity for me to see it, because part of when it comes to movies like this, where the background of it, that a really significant contributor to the film passed away before or during or even after, and how that impacts your perception of the film, not just in universe as a story, but outside. Like it's good to hear that they didn't like mine the nostalgia or mine the affection for that actor through a digital likeness, because it's always made me wonder about I didn't have to wonder anymore about Ghostbusters Afterlife, about the Dark Knight and so forth, like, and my perception of those films. And do I like them because they're really good movies, or do I like them because I know really talented people who are involved in them are no longer alive, and I want to be able to respect their work? And so it's good to hear that, because I'm hoping I'll enjoy it for the story merits alone, and not try to put aside the industry goggles that I always have with movies sometimes, where I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, I'm sure I'm going to do that. Like, I'm sure there are moments where I'm like, oh, that's the next Disney Plus thing.
Yeah,
like,
yes.
I'm sure that's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
There's something in there that I know is going to be like, that character's getting their own series.
Riri is.
I know that much. I knew that, but like, there's going to be a Martin Freeman show or something.
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
Because they could definitely do like a buddy cop Okoye Martin Freeman show or movie like out of this. They could do there's a good amount of that.
They did do their first real big crossover of the TV into the movies with Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character, which again was handled very well.
And she was excellent in this one. This is the best she's been in the Marvel stuff.
Like, I didn't know she had that acting within her. Like, I didn't know she could act like that.
I knew she had the chop. Like, if you watch Veep, she's got chops. Like, that she's not that chick from Seinfeld.
Did she come from? Is she the one that came from like an oil baron like family? Like, she's always had money, right? The Dreyfuses. I feel like they've been like.
Okay,
not a big deal. I was just wondering.
I mean, she doesn't need it if she does have it, because I mean, she's got talent. So
right,
it's either her or the dark haired lady from Friends. I always confuse them.
Courtney Cox.
Yeah, it's one of the two. They come from like a lot of money.
I do have a question though. You already you assuaged one of my fears about like CGI Chadwick Boseman showing up, but I'm curious: are they gonna do sort of a? Did they? You can just let me know without getting the specifics. Do they do sort of a cheap dodge of saying like, oh, this version of T'Challa isn't around anymore, but there is a T'Challa out there? Because I know this is multiverse time.
No.
They don't
cop out. There's no cop out.
Okay, good.
This is Wakanda back in their bubble.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering, because I'm like, okay, post-credit scene, a multiverse T'Challa coming to Disney Plus.
We are getting two different Wakanda Forever series, which is Wakanda. It's going to be a show called Wakanda, and then Ironheart, which they laid the groundwork for Ironheart. I'm more excited for this show than I was before, and I really like the actress playing Riri. Like, I thought she did a fantastic job. I think everybody in this movie came to play.
Yeah, everyone is good. Yeah, like I and this character could have easily just been like a dopey, like look away or throw. For me, she could have easily just been like, oh god, here we go.
Black female Stark is what I thought we were gonna get.
Yeah, but no, she's her own character. It is solid. Like, this movie is solid. And again, like what I love is that it's respectful and it's helping. It's helping you through the process of we lost Chadwick Boseman, and if it's a good. you know, I don't know.
Catharsis, kind of a way to
Yes.
get out your
Yes.
emotions. Yeah.
And it touches on all the things you might be feeling, and it just, yeah, it's so good. And again, like my favorite, like that scene with Angela Bassett in the UN is just so fucking good.
That's where the Oscar is. That's where the Oscar is. Like,
but I mean, like, just her presence, she has a fierceness that, like, it is so good. Like, it reminded me of my mom, to be honest. Like, I was like, that is it. Like, that is the, you know, like, you can be strong, you can be wounded but still strong, and still, you know, like, and all these things, and she delivers. And you're like, why did they get Angela Bassett? That's why they got Angela Bassett.
Oh no, Angela Bassett is the goat. Yeah.
So, I mean, also, I mean, like you mentioned catharsis for the kind of the viewer, but imagine like they got to shoot this whole movie. Imagine how cathartic it was for the people that knew him like personally, right?
Yes.
On the set and stuff. Like you could just like see that emotion probably play out, right? I mean, I'm sure she loved it. Yeah,
you feel it come through, and yeah, no, it's so good. Like, I definitely, this is a must see. It's a must see in the theater. It's got all the Marvel spectacle and all that stuff, and also it's just like, it's just good. It's the stuff that you hope for when you're like, okay, like, Disney's got all the money. Like, what are they paying for? Like, this is it.
Come on, Mouse.
Like, you know,
the one thing I really liked about Phase 4 is that a lot of these movies have felt very director-centric. Even Doctor Strange 2 felt like Sam Raimi. And this one does feel like a Ryan Coogler movie more so than a Part of a Machine. So I can't say anything like bad about this movie. Max, what do you rate it out of 5?
4.5 out of 5, 5 out of 5. I mean, I don't. It's up there. It's so good. I don't even want to put it on the scale. Like, just go fucking watch the movie. Like, I guarantee you're not gonna call me an asshole for telling you to go watch the movie.
No.
Like,
I did for other reasons. But
if you go watch this movie and you legitimately like didn't like it, then that says something about you. I don't know what's wrong with you, but obviously there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, somebody in the one of the comments on one of the reviews for this was like, "I don't think we saw the same movie. I thought it sucked." And I'm like, "What movie did you watch?" Like,
yeah, I mean, that's you, guy. Like, go look at your life. Whoever hurt you, deal with that, and then go watch the movie.
I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to the inevitable clickbait reporter who's going to ask James Cameron what he thought of it in December.
No, he's going to, because there's comparisons to Avatar in this movie.
I'm sure.
Oh my God.
I'm sure he'll be like, I did it better first.
Spoiler alert, everybody. Spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear it, close your eyes. But there are blue people living in the water in this movie.
Because as much as I love a James Cameron spectacle, I don't know why. I think it's just because the interviewers needle him with these relentless, like, repeated questions, but also, like, he just seems really insecure about his role as an action movie director. He's a great action movie director, but anytime I hear a conversation about, like, any other action movie, he's always like, "Oh, that's fine, but I did it better." And Wonder Woman, sure, but I had Sarah fucking Connor first.
Yeah,
like,
look. James Cameron is allowed to have that hubris.
Sure. Absolutely.
He's been ducking on movies for a while. Yeah.
I gotta say, though,
I just can't wait for the repetitive news cycle of what'd you think of Wakanda Forever? Potential
James
Oscar
Cameron
contender.
trashes Wakanda.
Yeah, I can't wait for that article. Bring it on.
I hate that. Oh, so much. I hate that. They ask these old directors what they think of these superhero movies, knowing that it's not their thing, and they report on it. It's like, who cares? It's not their thing. It's your thing, then it's your thing. Like,
and we've answered this question like 20 times at this point. It's like,
they even asked Tarantino about it the other day, and he's like, I feel like a lot of those movies are hired help. Like, you just go in, you make their movie, and then you leave. He's like, I don't want to do that, but he didn't diss it, and then it became a huge news cycle. Quentin Tarantino disses Marvel filmmaking, and it's like,
up Kubrick at this point and ask his corpse what he thinks of him.
Yeah, for sure. Look,
I'm sure he hates everything.
I'm sure Kubrick could have definitely made a better fucking Spider-Man movie or whatever. Like it's fine.
You would still have to do something with the moon landing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The carpet everywhere.
Hitchcock, they're gonna drag him up too. Like while we're at it, like, what do you think of the New Mutants?
Would it be
Mutants. Oh god,
Maguire cry or something?
I love how that's the one movie we saw together as a group.
Oh god. All right, it was supposed to be different, because like that was.
You're not wrong. It was different.
It was a very different movie.
Different.
I will give him that. But
the one thing I remember from that line is what's her name, Anya Taylor-Joy, saying like, "Hey, Yogi," in her bad like Russian accent.
Yes.
I'm just like, oh my god, you were supposed to be the horror film.
Oh man, no, it's no. Go see Wakanda Forever. Go see it. There's no amount of word. Like there aren't enough words to describe how awesome I felt at the end of that movie. Just impressed, hands down with what they did. Just such a solid flick.
before we get to the next part, I do want to say we will be at GalaxyCon. It's the first Saturday of December. It'll be me, Max, Justin for sure, and somebody will be our fourth.
Come on, Mike.
We can Zord on him.
No, he's like,
He
no.
can Zord on me in maybe or something like we did one time.
Do you guys did you guys see the lineup if he's gonna be there?
There's so many people.
Yeah.
Like I started and like at the end I was like, wow, there's still people. Like this is it's gonna be huge. There's gonna be a lot of people. Obviously, I was most excited about Kevin Conroy, and he's not gonna be there now. But there's an epic list of people on this contour, and it should be fun. I love doing the panels. Like I said, like I'm kind of over like meeting celebrities. It always just feels kind of like weird and awkward to me. But
just white noise,
yeah. But I definitely love like live events and going and like hanging out and the shopping. There's all kinds. There's all kinds of stuff to buy. But I'm definitely looking forward to the panel, and that's going to be a lot of fun. We're on Saturday evening.
I'm just excited to have a real con like in town without like CW actors. Like they're bringing people that we want to see, like voiceover actors, video game voiceover actors. The whole cast of Clerks is going to be there. I'm hoping that I could take my Kevin Smith signed Clerks poster down and get Dante and Randall and Jay Muse to sign it. I think that'd be cool.
I should. You're saying I should bring this then, right? I should get that signed because I have that signed too.
Oh, you have it signed by Jason and Kevin.
Yeah, so I just gotta get to
the other two. They should be fairly cheap, I would think.
Damn.
I would try to do the Mallrats one, but I don't think the post.
Yeah, they'll take whatever money I can give them.
I think I have a piece of bubble gum and a nickel.
Here's $1. Sign this and dance for me, monkey.
Here's a piece of Chuli's gum, Dante.
I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I guess good thing we got spoiler alert still up. But spoiler alert: Kevin Smith cried at Wakanda Forever.
Just giving that's not a spoiler. Because everything.
It's a bad thing that the dude has emotions tied to things that he enjoys. Like I saw that last night online. It's like. I'm not the biggest Kevin Smith fan.
Are people dunking on him
but yeah, it's like, oh my god, grow up, dude. It's like, let the
he cries at everything.
Yeah, if you follow Kevin Smith, he tears up at damn near everything. I know.
I just spent a whole weekend crying to Batman episodes. So I get it.
No, Kevin Smith is a crier. Like that's just
Kevin Smith, he cries.
Part of it might be because he's chowing down on all that bud too. So it's like
he's in tune with his emotions.
Yeah, you're definitely
part of it's emotional. Part of it's just because he's got so much smoke in his lungs.
Speaking of chowing down, what do we like to chow down in front of a movie with? We're gonna do what we like to snack on.
Transition
at home or in the theaters. Mike set it up and I just hit it.
I wish that was planned, but no, that's just improv right there.
Yeah.
Yes and.
5 years in the game. That's what you get.
But Yeah, I can't wait to talk about this subject. My number 5 is popcorn.
That's also my number 5.
Whether at home or at the movies, popcorn. I don't personally have a bias towards either one. Like, I like popcorn.
That'll be my number 5 too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like yeah. The base starts at popcorn. I do like a lot of the movie theater butter on mine.
Mhm.
I've seen people like look at me and get worried when I'm putting the butter on my popcorn because like I can get the large popcorn and then they offer these little boxes. So I'll dump out some of the popcorn, butter the bottom half, shake that up, make sure it's evenly distributed, then pour the popcorn back on. Or actually, no, you butter the popcorn in the box, shake it up there, and then dump it back in the bin. So that way you have an even distribution of butter throughout the whole bucket of popcorn. But that's just me. If you see me, like, don't worry. I do plan on having a heart attack at some point in time, and I'm okay with that.
I do have a question though about
Yes,
popcorn and at theater especially. Because I know, even like a small popcorn, it's pretty pricey, sure, for like one person. And I get it. It's like you want to get the most bang for your buck, so they fill it up to the brim. However, like I have requested at movie theaters to be like, hey, look, you don't need to fill it up to the brim. You don't, it doesn't need to be overflowing. I'm just one guy. I'm not going to eat a lot of it anyways. It's just something to munch on while the movie's playing. They still fill it up to the brim. I'm like, thanks. I'm just like, is it like a mandate from the higher ups to be like, even if the customer is asking you to only fill it halfway, I have to fill it up to the brim?
They got to move that shit, Mike. They got to get it out of there.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I think you're doing you a solid.
I'm sorry. I'm getting really upset about this now. It's like, just halfway, please. Like I directly like look at them like, you don't have to fill. And I see them go back, and they make eye contact with me for a second, being like, I'm like, what the fuck? And I don't want to cause a scene, so I just take it. I'm like, okay, fine. But
Mike,
I'm just wondering, like,
no,
is it an AMC mandate?
There's no such thing as halfway, okay? Like, you can get all this fucking popcorn, okay? Like, shove it in your face and smile.
No, it's because they want the popcorn on the ground, Mike. They know that if they leave you some of it might accidentally spill over onto the floor.
I am the cleanest eater at a movie theater just because I'm like, it is pricey, so waste not, want not. But also, I'm like, I don't want the person who sits in this seat next to be like, what the fuck is this? Because they don't clean in between.
And we all have done that. It's obnoxious. Always had to like wade through people's trash.
Dude. That. No, one time I ordered the large popcorn. Of course, they overfilled it, and then like I dropped it. I dropped it.
Yeah. I mean, accidents happen.
Yeah, like, and then I'm just like, oh, here we go. Like, that's.
It's a good thing I never worked in a theater chain because I would have murdered you.
Right? I mean, like, I felt terrible. Like, I cleaned up as much of it as I could, but yeah, like, there's still just popcorn every fucking where. Yeah, no, it is a mandate. It's one of the rules. You're not allowed to serve a not full container. Whatever size the container it is must be over full.
Yeah, and if you got the AMC pass and you order a small popcorn, you don't get a small popcorn. They upgrade you automatically to the super large, no matter how many people are with you.
Yep.
So I always go in with this big bucket of popcorn, and I'm the only one who eats it. So I'm just sitting
raised
there.
above your head like
Dude.
Simba.
And then
like
Wakanda Forever. I'm gonna tell you right now. Usually, yeah, I'll get the large bucket of popcorn just because, like, I really have no other options per the mandate, and
it's a lot.
Normally there's a good amount of popcorn left over by the end of it, but Wakanda Forever, I ate that whole thing. I don't know like what indicator that is of the movie, but like
grief. You're going through grief. So
yeah, I took down the whole fucking large bucket of popcorn by myself.
I ate half, which is pretty impressive for me.
Yeah, yeah. Like, it's a lot of fucking popcorn. But oh my goodness. Like,
sorry, I guess I'm just turning into Larry David or something. Oh no, that's Seinfeld.
I mean, he's like a millionaire, right? So, I mean, you're doing good.
So.
Go
ahead, just.
No, I say if everyone's number 5 is popcorn, I was gonna do Sour Patch Kids, but I didn't know when to jump in.
Oh, okay. Is that like regular Sour Patch Kids?
Yeah.
You're putting the number 5. That was the top of my Halloween candy list. Yeah, it's easily a number 5 here. I agree. I love Sour Patch Kids. That's a great.
So I had a really, I don't know I had a fad, I guess, in high school, and that's all I freaking ate during movies. So it was just Sour Patch Kids. It's a big old bag. But now I'm not so much of a fan of it, but I remember those days and I remember them fondly. So Sour Patch.
It's because you make your money now, and you're like looking at that small Sour Patch Kids box, and it's like $20, and you're like,
no, you definitely got to bring your own bag. That's smuggling into the theater. You know, like there's no that appetizer candy that they serve at the theater is not.
It's bogus. Yeah, especially for $6 or $7.
You can get it for $1 at Walmart. Like they have a section with those candies for $1.
For sure. That's Sour Patch Kids. Great pick. Great number 5 pick. I will allow it.
Does anybody do the thing where they put their candy in their popcorn? Because I found out recently that was a thing that people did.
Was like Bunch of Crunch, you were supposed that was suggested on the back of the box, if I remember right. Like you just dump it into your hot popcorn and it melts, and
yeah, you get like a chocolatey popcorn treat of some sort. Like that I can see there. Yeah, there's a few candies I can see that with, but not Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, that would be good.
I don't tend to mix my popcorn with my treats at movie theaters. Like it's one or the other. Like I don't do that.
You see, if I normally like if I'm with the wife or the kids or whatever, like I can just I'll grab some popcorn and pass it along and like while you popcorn, so then I'll have a candy to eat. But like when you clear a whole fucking bucket of popcorn, like you need nothing else. Like
when you want a snack when you have a snack for the break between popcorn, where you're like, all right, I'm taking a break from the popcorn because they want some. I gotta have this other snack so I can keep eating. I do too, Max. I do it too. It's fantastic.
What's your number 4, Jason?
George said his number 5 was Nestle Crunch Bites.
Nestle.
Those are
Nestle.
Guys, see, I don't know. My number 4 is an icy.
Oh, that's a good one.
You subverted the list here. I only went food items.
Me too. I was like, should I include drinks or no?
I would include drinks, honestly.
I would, because the icy is beyond a drink.
Yeah,
it's kind of solid-ish.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm just jelly that I didn't think of it. Icy definitely belongs on the list. I feel bad now because I'm an icy fan also. Like that is a great number 4. I like to because like now they make you fill your own shit. So like now you can do the mix. You get a little blue, get a little red in there, and you do your own thing. Here's a pro tip: you throw a little of the high C whatever flavor at the bottom, and that gets your pre-mix started. So like it's a good like Slurpee, like because like at some point in time it's like all ice, or it's all like you do like suck up all the fluid out of it. But like get a little actual beverage in there to keep it loose.
Yeah, I love ices. I love the fact that you get to fill them now. I always debate going out for a refill. I never do because I just feel like I'm going to look fat going out and getting a second big ass icy.
I feel like it's important on the way home. I think if you have a refillable item and you're not refilling it on the way home, you're not getting your money's worth because they're charging out the airport.
Got to stay hydrated.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I will not leave a movie that I have. If I haven't seen the movie, I'm not getting up. But I'm not going to the bathroom. I'm not refilling anything if it's a movie I haven't seen. Or I take that back. If the movie isn't fucking terrible, then I won't get up. But
if the movie's terrible, he won't get up either. He'd just be sleeping and not.
That is a good nap. It's a good nap environment.
Some of my best naps are taken at movie theaters.
One time I went to a movie at like 9:00 for some dumb reason. Fell asleep in the theater. I woke up. It was like midnight, and I was the only person there. And like, it's the weirdest shit ever. Walking through.
That's reassuring.
In high school, I went with some buddies to see Jackie Brown, and we all fell asleep. There was like 2 or 3 of us. We slept. We woke up during the second showing of Jackie Brown. You know how long that movie is. We didn't know that the movie wasn't over. We didn't know what time it was. We didn't have phones back then. And I get home at like 2 a.m. and my dad is so mad because I've been at the movie theater for 6 hours watching Jackie Brown.
Did you at least get the idea of what the movie was about between the two screenings?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I caught all of it.
Okay, cool.
Oh my god, this is a long movie.
I went to I saw Gods and Generals. It had an intermission. I was livid. I was like, "This is too long of a movie. Like, we have to."
That's why there's an
I'm
intermission.
down for an intermission. Like, yeah, if the movie's like 3+ hours, like, do me a favor.
Yeah,
Like,
I think I was 14 and too young for a Civil War movie. I was like, we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah, when I went and saw The Sound of Music at the theater, and they had the intermission. I'm like, this is nice. I can go pee. I'm not gonna miss anything. I can get my refill of my slushie.
Yeah. Absolutely. My number 4, let me consult the old notebook here, is going to pretzels. And this is any kind of pretzel. Sometimes you're in the mood for just like the salted pretzel with the cheese. Sometimes you're in the mood for the cinnamon sugar pretzel with the icing. However you do it, I think pretzels is the number, like a hot pretzel, not just like a thing of fucking pretzel sticks, but yeah, the hot pretzel goes for my number 4.
Yeah, I like the pretzel bites. Those things are delicious.
Yeah.
I never ordered them
that
for
is on
myself.
my list. It's very high on my list. I won't talk about it. Pretzel bites are one of my favorite things to do at a movie theater.
What's your number 4, Justin?
My number 4, what did I say it was going to be? Oh, Milk Duds. I talked about it in the previous part, but I'm a big fan of Milk Duds.
My number 4 too. So we'll just open it up.
Yeah.
Here.
I feel like that's a popcornable.
Yeah, you definitely do. Yeah, but I think it's a little stickier though. I think you're running the risk of having a very goopy hand when you.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's why you just got to do the whole like tap out of the box and then really
You're
quick
right.
in.
Fair enough.
I
would agree with that statement then. Yeah.
Milk Duds. Yeah.
Don't even go digging for them. You let them come to you.
Yeah.
So I feel like Mike is that guy who like pours milk in a bowl and then pours a little bit of cereal in there, then eats that, and then pours a little more cereal.
Fuck you, man. Not that regimented. It's just you see what other people have done. I've sat next to people where it's just like, oh god, I'm just like, no,
I want measuring cups, just
there's a certain amount of etiquette I think that is needed.
So, you don't like the guy just licking his hands and rubbing it on the seats.
Yeah,
like,
never coming back.
That seat
Mike
before.
is
Savage.
like F all you guys.
Mike is the gentleman's moviegoer, and he
Hamstring. Bring my own hard-boiled egg in its little like carrier, attach it with my spoon.
One of those little glass cups.
I remember how clean theaters were during COVID, and like now you can see them starting to give up.
Well, I mean, like they still haven't been able to hire, because like during COVID, like nobody was going to the theater, so like if all the theaters are clean, you only needed one guy to clean 8
And
theaters.
also, when you have like 20 showings of a multi-million-dollar blockbuster going all at once, like shit's gonna get messy.
Yeah,
because theaters are gonna be packed.
Man, I still remember that fear of like going like during the pandemic to a theater and be like, did I just kill myself just to go see a 2-hour movie? Like,
See New Mutants.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, see New Mutants.
Worth it.
Yeah.
I love going to the theater.
If I die in the theater, I will go out happy.
You wouldn't die in a theater. You died in an incubator 3 months after you went to the theater.
Yeah. I know where it came from, and I'd be okay with that. So, like, I chose this.
COVID isn't like the rage virus. It doesn't automatically just like set in 5 minutes later.
Running out of the theater and murdering everybody.
This movie sucked.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, my number 3 is pretzel bites. So I never order them for myself, but the kids always get them, and they never finish them. At least Kylie doesn't. So I always finish hers off. And
You're playing the long game. That's totally fine. That is totally fine. You're like, I don't have to order these for myself because they've already been ordered for me. That's playing the long game.
Max, what about you?
Let me consult the oldie notebook here. Skittles is going to my number 3.
Solid.
Yeah, I love candy.
I'm never gonna redo that because I feel like Max's neck is broken.
I really hope you never do. I feel like that's so good. I've got a full owl.
You do. Well, I had to do Facebook to find a picture, just like use this one. You can plan a
Oh
photo
my
shoot around it.
Yeah, no, I hate Facebook so much now. Yeah, good luck finding anything.
Justin?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Man, there's a lot of overlap. I'm gonna do something that I would say peanut M&Ms, but I'm not because I just talked about that before. Reese's Pieces.
Yeah,
Reese's Pieces.
they don't get enough love. I don't feel
I like
like.
it.
I think the last time I had Reese's Pieces in the theater, it was for like the re-release of ET so many years ago. Like, yeah it was good. Reese's Pieces and a plastic bottle Miller Lite at the Arena Grand. It's like,
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
best $40 you ever spend.
I bet.
George, you're number 3. Like, you're old, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but Raisinets is for old people, dude. Like, that's.
I don't mind a Raisinette, but it's not cracking my top 20 probably.
No.
Like, I'll eat a Raisinette, but
Well, y'all gonna hate me because I was gonna say Raisinets is my number 3 too.
I mean, like,
Thanks, Mike. At least Mike's got your back, George.
Toss up
I'm not
between that
hating.
and Werther's Original.
But I'm just saying.
USOB.
that's George's number 1, Werther's Original.
Just Mike with like a box of Raisin Bran behind his head.
Yeah. But he's pouring the milk, and then he's dumping a little bit of Raisin
You're
Bran
welcome,
in there.
George. Oh, don't even give. So yeah, Raisinets is my number 3 for serious. But no, I love it. It's a surprise because you get like the chocolatey exterior, and then all of a sudden, hey, nutrition.
Hey, great.
Nutrition.
Jerkified nutrition.
Yeah, that's the same mentality that makes my hamburger a salad. Like, there's lettuce on there, so
There's lettuce on there.
that's a salad. That's a salad.
It is a salad. My number 2 is more of a home-based snack when I'm watching movies, and that's chips and either cheese dip or salsa. Like, we're talking like the corn chips. I love it. I can put down a lot of that, more than I should.
I've never been a chips at the theater, or like I don't like cheese all that much. So like the nacho chips with just cheese. No, I mean, I've never.
No, I get it.
Just cheese. I don't mind not liking chips and stuff, but like the concept of someone not liking cheese is foreign to me.
Oh, dude, yeah. Like, I mean, I really only eat cheese on a cheeseburger or pizza. Like, there's no just like if people eat cheese as a snack. Yeah. I don't understand that.
Like string cheese was never your bag as a kid.
Oh God, no. Because like as a kid, I was worse. Like I've grown to accept cheese on a burger. You know, like. Does
anybody order hamburgers anymore? Because anytime you go to like a fast food place, hamburger isn't even on in any of the value meals. It's all cheese based.
I think Five Guys still has like.
Five Guys has just regular hamburger. Cheeseburger's a totally separate thing for Five Guys.
It's like $3 more.
But yeah, like it was no cheese for the longest time.
Fair enough.
For me, but so like I can't get there with you with the nacho chips and cheese, but I understand it. I'm not gonna hate on you for it.
I tried the nachos and cheese thing once, and I'm just like, well, also again etiquette because I'm like, this is messy. I can't do this.
No, that's why it's an at home thing for me. I only do it at home.
No, Mike, do you bring your monocle to the theater?
Yes.
Double monocle, because he doesn't wear glasses.
I take a look at my stock index.
It's like, oh, this cheese is far too messy.
And then I have my serf come by and take my trash away.
Oh my goodness, for sure. I definitely got to go to more movies with Mike, and we can get his vassals to
his serfdom, the king of Jersey.
I don't want that.
It's just a bunch of hair gel.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
All right, Max, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is going to Nerds, but specifically the newer Nerds, like chewy things.
Oh man, those are great.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Like I didn't think, like I'm an old school Nerds guy, and I didn't think it would get any better, but like they did something there. Those new guys in the kitchen, they cooked up something good. Like it has to make the list. I really love eating those things. They're just a great It's got that tartness. It's like a kind of sweet and sour sort of deal. But I love those new like that are hard on the outside but chewy. And yeah, no, not the gummy clusters, not those.
Yeah, no, those are good too. I'm getting there.
Those are good
he's on the
too.
product page of the whole thing.
The big chewies.
Yes,
Jeez.
the big chewy nerds.
They're so good.
That's my number 2. It is that's the most
best jelly
recent
bean
development on
spinoff
my
ever.
list. But yeah, no, those that's really really good. I really enjoy those because those are good at home or in the theater.
Yeah. Justin?
Oh, my bad. Pretzel bites. I'll have that as number 2. We talked about it for a long time, but Marcus Cinema, I love ordering a large Diet Mountain Dew and pretzel bites. It's one of my favorite combinations of the thing. You're paying out the nose for it, but I really like it, and it's very good.
Yeah, I do the cinnamon sugar pretzel bites at AMC's. I love the icing and the cinnamon sugar gets me. That's where I'm at. But my wife prefers the nacho cheese with the salted, and there's a lot. It's a versatile platform.
Yeah, it's bread.
In which so yeah, no, it
Amazing what you can do with the Greens family.
For sure. I can't hate on a pretzel bite.
All right, my number 2. Oh, these last 2, they're for home viewing because, like I said, like theater, rarely do I get food, but like number 2, just dinner, whatever dinner is. Like, I'm not picky. There've been time. Well, no, because like I live on my own, so I don't have to like sit down with people and be like, "How's your day been?" and so forth. I'm just like gonna eat dinner, gonna put on a movie, so it could be like my world-class spaghetti with some Godfather. It could be a nice thick piece of like prime rib with there you go.
Jason shot over the bow at George, and it's not very kind.
But yeah, my number 2 is just whatever my dinner is. Like I can eat anything and watch like any movie. And I'm not the type to like get like queasy. Say I'm watching like a horror film with like blood spatter all over because I'm just like, okay, cool. I can watch Evil Dead with like a really rare piece of steak, and I'll be fine.
Dude,
I made this. Yeah.
Little side note. I think I'm finally over watching Smile. Like 2 weeks ago.
I'm happy for you.
Speaking of horror films, I was like, wait a minute, like I haven't been looking around corners. I think I finally did it.
We have existential dread in us now. Real world shit.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, like,
I'm over the creepy smiley people. Yeah.
Nice plug, George. I'm going to let you have it. Jason, payback later on Perfect 10 during Music Dream Duets, which you can find right here on the 3 Geeks channel at 9 p.m.-ish. George, you've been starting late. Like, do you have a solid time, or is it just 9-ish?
No, it's just because he's on the 3 Geeks network. Like
that's fair.
There's going to be some sort of technical difficulty. You're not going to start on time. That's just he's a victim of the network.
Even if you're not doing anything related to the 3 Geeks podcast, you have technical difficulties.
Yeah.
If you're me, Max, in any situation.
Yes.
Especially if we're together. The technical difficulties are worse.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
I don't know. Maybe you guys just give off an electromagnetic field or something. That
it's the power of our friendship. Yeah, that fucks with the magnetosphere.
My car won't start. Thanks, best friend.
For sure. Like, freaking, they just put up 5G towers. Like, how come my phone won't work? Just look over.
My number 1 is pizza. I don't really get pizza at the movie theaters, but when I'm home, I sit down with the pizza and I will maybe eat all of it in one sitting while I'm watching the movie. And I always finish the pizza in one sitting, but it is a glorious experience and I love it. It's one of my favorite things ever. I could eat pizza every day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no pizza. Yes, that is a solid number 1. Absolutely, and because again, like what a versatile platform. It's got the bread, it's got the cheese, and then it's got anything else on top of that. So like that's a solid pick. I agree with your number 1, Jason. My number one is Watermelon Sour Patch Kids.
Oh man.
Yeah, not the regular guys. It's a different gumminess. It's a different.
He has a bag of it. Mike's about to show it.
I
A giant watermelon. A giant watermelon.
could probably go through like a 5-pound bag in a 2-hour movie of Watermelon Sour Patch Kids. Okay.
George, all right.
Yes, George.
George's number one is at home movie watching Captain Morgan and Coke.
Gotta love the captain. I wonder. I picture George captaining right now. Like,
Yeah. They insulted my raisin brand.
And my Werther's original.
You put that on him.
But no,
Okay, I
that's
guess
my
I did
number
too.
one. Watermelon Sour Patch Kids. Justin, what do you got?
Yeah, my number one, cookie dough bites. I love cookie dough bites. They're my favorite candy item in the theater. Big fan. I don't know.
I love cookie dough too, man. But if you think of the concept, like Americans are so lazy, we can't even wait for the cookie to be baked. We just like
why
the
Good.
dough.
If you haven't tried it, try it.
Right? Like, I mean, like if you want to be an idiot and wait for like an extra 45 minutes to eat this deliciousness, that's your dumbass. Okay, like
That's
I've
right.
already,
It's better. The cookie dough is better than the cookie usually.
Yeah, that's what it's all. Yeah, like, eat the cookie dough. Like, just eat the damn cookie dough and shut up. You're
Who cares about
You're gonna
salmonella?
thank me later.
Yeah.
Just do eggless if you're worried about it. Mike,
George already kind of George already kind of like previewed it, but yeah, just alcohol. Like a nice glass of red wine with a really classy Criterion film. This week it was watching Memento while drinking this. This is that salted caramel whiskey
oh, nice.
that I was telling you about last week.
Yeah.
Or the week before.
And obviously,
Goes
you've
down
been enjoying
Yeah.
it.
I was forgetting significant chunks of my memory.
Nobody
yeah.
chose a good edible while they're watching a movie.
Okay, so it's I rescind my number one. It's the alcohol and my nice gummies. Yep.
So like, I don't technically, because like you're not gonna eat gummies throughout. You're gonna eat gummies before the movie.
Yeah.
And then
I'll take another one like
experience
halfway
the
through.
movie. Like I don't know. Halfway through, I'm usually
But
like
Max,
really good.
You should know the power of me alcohol in a movie because you and Dan stayed a weekend with me where we mixed drinks and watched some movies, and you couldn't make it through Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Truth, absolutely.
Garbage
100%
day.
We got to Garbage Day, and then I think we all we're way too drunk for this.
Yeah, it was a good night. We made it to Garbage Day. That was a lot of fun. No, absolutely. Alcohol is a great number one, and again, like it goes with a lot of the other number ones too. None of mine, because like you don't want to mix a lot of alcohol and sugar. That's gonna end your night poorly. But pizza and alcohol, yes. Pretzel bites and alcohol, yes.
But I feel that's why it's like it's a great number one, but exclusively for a home viewing because it's like it's so much more expensive at the theater, and also like I said earlier, you had those things like the plastic bottles where you're just like, okay, that's weird, and also too maybe you plan it out again, etiquette, get some water at the theater, hydrate, then go out to the bars after the movie and bitch about the movie with your friends while getting drunk.
Make a whole day of it. I like it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
A great first date is to go to the movies first. If it's a blind date, go to a movie first, so that way when you have dinner, you have a shared experience that you guys can build a conversation off of.
There's a life hack for you.
Yeah. But
Justin, did we get your number one?
Cookie dough.
Oh, the cookie dough. Yes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've had an edible.
you can see visions of cookie dough in Justin's eyes right now. He's thinking about it.
I have the image of the box up, so you might see the reflection off my glass on my
Meanwhile, your puppy's down there being like, yeah, keep gloating about it.
I know. I want to eat cookie dough so bad.
I want it so bad.
He's
This
actually
is
doing
the
really
month-
good today. Look at that cute little food.
Dude, we walked like 3 miles this morning. He better be tired.
This is the month of eating with your family. That's what I celebrate. I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, but I celebrate the month of eating with your family on that special day. So this month, every week, we're discussing food with you guys. I will come up with another top 5 food for next week, and we're going to keep it going because we love food. And what perfect month to talk about food than November.
than the shove the food in your face month.
Hey, man.
It's a month of eating food for you guys. It's the month of, I get some days off.
Yeah, I like those too. I get one day off, I think. Yeah. Down. Maybe I'll work on
I had Veterans Day off. I just had a 3-day weekend. It's great.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you to our veterans.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Max.
It was no trouble. It was fine. Don't even mention it. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
In my appreciation, I want to remind you of a movie you just forgot.
God damn
Very
He's
nice,
happy.
Justin.
He's happy about veterans.
Oh my god. Okay, but like, that dude was. I think I talked about this on the podcast. There's one scene where I just lost it laughing at the Smiley movie, and that guy is part of it. Like, it's just a really really funny scene. But yeah, thank you for that, Justin. I'm gonna go.
I'm always here to help you,
Just
man.
lost all the progress that I've made. I told you about my personal journey, and you like to subvert that entirely. Thank you. Thank you for that.
I'm here to help.
Shout out to Wakanda Forever, who just started following us on Twitch literally 2 seconds ago. So thank you, Wakanda. We appreciate the follow. We've said a lot today.
I think we know why they're following us. It's because we talked about milk duds.
Yep.
Yeah.
And nothing else. Nothing else that rhymes with their name.
No. It's definitely the milk duds and bourbon that Wakanda is forever. Diconda.
Oh my God, Justin! I'm going to bring this up because I couldn't talk about it on Matt Talk. But one of the lines on Matlock that I watched this morning for Matt Talk was, "She knew how desperately I loved Dick." Like, that is a specific line in the show, and I couldn't make fun of it today.
Richard and Dick were a popular name.
They couldn't have said Richard. There's just no way.
No. There was many innuendos like this. It was done on purpose. I am convinced.
Max, we're in no place to judge because we talked about Batman, and one of the characters is literally named Dick. So,
Grayson.
Well, Batman
What
is
do you
just two
mean?
Wolverines.
You mean Richard Grayson, the boy wonder? Is that who you're talking about, Mike? Obviously, we've never done anything like that.
yeah.
See, being as how we're distinguished gentlemen who pour a little bit of milk duds, a little bit of popcorn, no mess.
Yep.
I am
That's a
surprised.
key thing, though. That's a good idea.
I'm surprised with this how immature society has gotten that people still hang on to that as the nickname for Richard.
Imagine Richards all around the world, but wish we wouldn't. Like at this
Honestly,
point.
honestly, at this point, in terms of language, there's far more worse graphic things that Dick is really kind of tame.
Yeah.
That's fair.
We're just like,
It's a pretty tame slang for that. So.
yeah.
Has anyone met a Dick in a professional sense, like a Richard, like a good went by Dick? I've not.
Yeah, I've met a Dick.
Yeah.
See,
Solid. I just like how you said it. It's not even. Yeah, I've met a Dick.
It's a joke. It's just a matter of fact. I've met a Dick. Yeah.
I have known a few dicks in my life, for sure. In a professional setting and in a personal. I have an Uncle Dick, so that's fine.
Dick Miller, one of the greats.
I have met a Richard Head.
His parents hated him.
Right?
Just at birth, you knew that kid was screwed.
Then you have those. You definitely have those names where they're kind of like, oh man, this was like a spur of the moment thing for the parents.
Yeah.
This wasn't well.
Getting named after a Game of Thrones character that died in season 1, for sure.
Again, we've said it all, everybody. There's nothing else for us to say. Follow us at 3 Geeks Podcast. Check out youtube.com/MikeMcGTV. We love you guys, and we'll see you guys next week. Let us know what food you want us to talk about.
Recycle your droids.
I am vengeance.